12 ugly habits in old age that make people uncomfortable, but no one tells you. Hey there, my wise friends. Welcome back to the channel, where we talk about living your best life, staying healthy, and embracing the beauty of aging. I'm so glad you're here today because we're diving into something real, something we don't always talk about, but probably should. Aging is a gift, isn't it? It comes with wisdom, experience, and a whole lot of stories to tell. But let's be honest, sometimes, as we get older, we pick up habits that might make others a little uncomfortable. And here's the kicker. No one tells us about them. It's like we're all just supposed to figure it out. Today, we're going to talk about 12 habits. Yep, 12 that can creep into our lives as we age. These are things that might rub people the wrong way, even if no one says it out loud. Now, don't worry. This isn't about shaming anyone. I'm right there with you, navigating this journey of aging, and I've caught myself slipping into some of these habits too. The goal here is to share some insights, have a heart-to-heart, and maybe even laugh a little as we reflect on how we can keep showing up as our best selves. Why does this matter? Well, aging gracefully isn't just about staying fit or eating right. It's also about how we connect with others, how we make people feel, and how we carry ourselves in a way that reflects the wisdom we've earned. By addressing these habits, we're not just improving our relationships, we're also boosting our confidence and joy. So, grab a cup of coffee, settle in, and let's get real about these 12 ugly habits in old age that no one talks about. Trust me, by the end of this, you'll feel inspired to make a few small changes that can make a big difference. Ready? Let's dive in. 1. Complaining too much. Let's start with one we've all been guilty of at some point, complaining. As we age, it's easy to fall into the trap of venting about aches, pains, or how the world's changed. Maybe the grocery store rearranged its aisles again, or the neighbor's dog won't stop barking. But here's the thing. Constant complaining can wear people out. I remember visiting my Aunt Linda last summer. She's 72, sharp as a tack, but every conversation turned into a list of grievances. By the end of the visit, I felt drained, and I noticed her kids weren't calling as often. Complaining can push people away because it shifts the focus to negativity. Instead, try sharing something positive first. If you're struggling, it's okay to say so, but balance it with gratitude. For example, my knees are acting up, but I'm so thankful for my morning walks with my dog. It's a small shift that makes a big difference. 2. Being overly critical. As we get older, we've seen a lot, and it's tempting to point out what's wrong with the world or the people in it. Maybe you catch yourself saying, kids these days don't know how to work hard, or that new restaurant is nothing like the old diner. I get it, we got perspective, but being overly critical can come off as judgmental, and it can make others feel small. Take my friend Tom, who's 65. He used to critique everything his grandkids did, their music, their clothes, even their hobbies. One day, his granddaughter told him, "Grandpa, I feel like I can't do anything right around you." That was a wake-up call for him. Now, he makes a point to ask questions and listen instead of judging. Try it. Next time you're tempted to criticize, ask a curious question instead. It builds bridges instead of walls. 3. Talking only about the past. Our past is full of treasures, first loves, big wins, and wild adventures. But if every conversation circles back to back in my day, it can make others feel like the present doesn't matter. I noticed this with my dad, who's 70. He'd talk endlessly about his old job, and while I love his stories, I could see my kids zoning out. The fix? Share your past, but connect it to today. For example, if you're reminiscing about a great concert from the 70s, ask someone about their favorite music now. It shows you're interested in their world too. Your stories are gold. Just make sure they don't overshadow the moment. 4. Ignoring personal hygiene. This one's a bit delicate, but it's important. As we age, our senses might not be as sharp, and we might not notice body odor, unwashed clothes, or messy hair. I saw this with a neighbor, Mr. Jenkins, who's 68. He's a sweetheart, but people started avoiding him at community events because his hygiene wasn't great. No one wanted to hurt his feelings, so no one said anything. Small habits, like showering regularly, brushing your teeth, and wearing clean clothes, go a long way. If mobility is an issue, ask for help, or look into aids like shower chairs. It's not about vanity. It's about feeling good and making others comfortable around you. 5. Being too stubborn. Stubbornness can sneak up on us as we age. Maybe you refuse to try new technology or insist on doing things your way. I remember my mom, who's 67, refusing to use a smartphone because landlines were fine. It frustrated her friends who wanted to text her. Being open to change doesn't mean giving up your values. It means staying connected. Next time you're digging in your heels, ask yourself, is this worth the fight? Trying something new, like a smartphone app or a different recipe, can keep you engaged and relatable. 6. Oversharing health issues. Health challenges are real as we age, and it's natural to want to talk about them. But going into too much detail, say, describing every symptom at a family dinner, can make people uncomfortable. I learned this from my uncle, who'd share graphic details about his surgeries. It cleared the room fast. The trick is to share what's necessary and keep it brief. For example, I'm managing my arthritis, but I'm still getting out for my walks. It shows you're resilient without making others squirm. Save the details for your doctor or a close confidant. 7. Interrupting or talking over others. With age comes confidence, but sometimes that confidence leads to interrupting. Maybe you're excited to share your thoughts, or you think you've heard it all before. I caught myself doing this at a book club last month. I was so eager to share my take that I cut someone off. Later, a friend gently pointed out, and I felt awful. Practice active listening. Nod, make eye contact, and wait for a pause before speaking. It shows respect and makes conversations more meaningful. Plus, you might learn something new. 8. Holding grudges. Life's too short to hold on to old grudges, but as we age, it's easy to cling to past hurts. Maybe you're still mad at a friend who wronged you 20 years ago. I saw this with my cousin's dad, who stopped talking to his brother over a small disagreement. It casts a shadow over family gatherings. Forgiveness isn't about excusing bad behavior. It's about freeing yourself. Try writing a letter. You don't have to send it to process your feelings or have a calm conversation to clear the air. Letting go feels like lifting a weight off your shoulders. 9. Being disrespectful of boundaries. As we age, we might forget that others have their own limits. Maybe you drop by unannounced or give unsolicited advice. My friend Sarah, who's 60, used to call her kids daily, even when they were swamped. They started dodging her calls, and she felt hurt. Respecting boundaries means asking, is this a good time, or would you like my advice? It shows you value others' space and strengthens your relationships. A little consideration goes a long way. 10. Neglecting manners. Manners matter, no matter your age. Saying please and thank you, holding the door, or chewing with your mouth closed. These small acts show respect. I noticed this at a local diner where an older regular snapped at the waitress for being slow. It made everyone uncomfortable. If you've gotten lax, make a conscious effort to revive those habits. A simple thank you can brighten someone's day and make you feel good too. Manners are timeless. 11. Being too nosy. Curiosity is great, but pry into others' lives can cross a line. Maybe you ask too many questions about someone's finances or relationships. I saw this with a family friend who'd grill everyone about their personal lives. People started avoiding her. If you're curious, ask open-ended questions and let others share what they're comfortable with. For example, instead of why aren't you married yet, try what's been keeping you busy lately. It's friendly without being invasive. 12. Resisting help. Finally, let's talk about resisting help. As we age, we might need a hand with chores, driving, or technology, but pride can make us push back. My grandpa, who's 75, refused help with yard work until he fell and sprained his ankle. It was a tough lesson. Accepting help isn't a sign of weakness. It's a sign of strength. It shows you're wise enough to know your limits. Next time someone offers, say, I'd appreciate that, and watch how it deepens your connection. Wow, we covered a lot today, didn't we? These 12 habits, complaining, being critical, resisting help, and the rest, aren't meant to make us feel bad. They're just part of being human. The beauty of aging is that we have the wisdom to recognize these patterns and the power to change them. By making small tweaks, we can strengthen our relationships, feel better about ourselves, and keep spreading the joy and inspiration we're known for. Here's my challenge to you. Pick one habit from this list that resonates with you and work on it this week. Maybe it's listening more or saying thank you a little more often. Small steps lead to big changes. And don't forget to share your progress in the comments. I'd love to hear how it's going for you. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. We're building a community here, all about living healthier, happier, and wiser as we age. Share this video with a friend who might appreciate it, and let's keep the conversation going. You can also check out our other videos on healthy aging, life lessons, and timeless wisdom. There's so much more to explore. As always, thank you for being here. You're not just aging, you're growing, learning, and inspiring others every day. Keep shining, my friends, and I'll see you in the next video. Stay healthy, stay joyful, and let's keep aging gracefully together.